What if I told you the strongest move a man can ever make isn't to fight, to explain, or to argue, but to vanish? Not with a dramatic exit, not with a long speech, no argument, no begging, no closure, just gone. Would you believe me if I said silence it can be louder than screaming? That walking away can hit harder than any punch? Because it can, and it does. This isn't weakness. This is strategy. This is what high value men do. Masculine men don't chase, they don't plead, they disappear. And when they disappear, the entire dynamic shifts. Today we're going to strip away every lie you've been taught about what it means to be a man in relationships. We're going to dismantle the myths that keep you emotionally caged. Myths that tell you to always explain, always wait, always be available. The modern world wants men soft, needy, and constantly proving themselves. But real masculine energy doesn't chase validation. It doesn't plead for attention. It becomes the storm. It becomes the horizon. And then it disappears. Let me paint a picture. There's a man. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's the man you've been before. He gave her everything. His time, his loyalty, his patience. He listened when she cried. He showed up when she called. He forgave when she disrespected him. He thought love meant holding on, no matter how much it hurt. And when she left, when she ghosted him, disrespected him, maybe even replaced him overnight, he broke. Not just from heartbreak, but from betrayal. From the realization that his love wasn't enough. That being the nice guy got him abandoned, not adored. But then something happened. Something rare. He didn't text her a paragraph. He didn't beg for another shot. He didn't try to fix it. He went silent. She expected tears. She got nothing. She expected a chase. He gave her distance. She expected to pay the price. Now she was the one watching him disappear. And that's when the power shifted. This isn't about playing games. This is about principles. Stoicism teaches us to master what we feel, not to let it master us. Dark psychology shows us the power of absence, indifference, and emotional control. When you combine the two, you become untouchable. Not toxic, not cold, just done explaining your worth. This is your blueprint. 10 brutal, clear lessons every man must learn after heartbreak. This isn't for the weak-hearted. This is for the man ready to bury the boy who begged and build the man who walks alone, not lonely, focused. If you're done bleeding for people who watched you die, if you're tired of proving your worth to someone who already made up their mind, then listen closely. Lesson 1. Feel it once, never again. Heartbreak hurts. It's supposed to. But pain isn't the enemy. It's the mentor. When she left, it felt like the air was sucked out of your lungs. Your mind kept replaying the last conversation. The I need space. The cold goodbye. The shift in her tone when you stopped being her priority. That pain is a warning shot. It's your body telling you something needs to change. Not in her behavior, but in your standards. A masculine man feels everything, but he only bleeds once. He doesn't stay wounded. He doesn't drown in what ifs. He feels it, he faces it, and he uses it. Most men drown in heartbreak because they resist the pain. They numb it with distractions, rebounds, addictions, endless scrolling, fake smiles. That only stretches the suffering. You want to break the cycle? Sit with it. Let it carve into you. Let it teach you who not to be next time. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. It's not her leaving that kills you. It's the story you attached to her. You thought she was the one. You thought you needed her to be whole, but you don't. That illusion is what hurts, not her absence. You're not broken. You're being rebuilt. And the version of you that's coming doesn't chase, doesn't beg, doesn't explain. He becomes. Lesson 2. Silence speaks louder than anger. You think you need to say something. You think if you just told her how much she hurt you, maybe she'd understand. Maybe she'd come back. No, that's what she expects. She expects a reaction, an emotional flare-up, a breakdown, a monologue. Masculine men don't give people the performance they're fishing for. They give them silence. Silence isn't weakness. It's control. It's what happens when you stop trying to change the narrative and start owning your role in it. You don't need to scream, argue, or justify your side. You leave her with her last memory of you. And if that last memory is you, calm, composed, detached, it echoes in her mind way louder than any message you could send. In dark psychology, silence creates a psychological vacuum. The brain hates empty space. It fills it with guesses, what-ifs, and unresolved tension. When you stay silent, she starts replaying everything. She starts wondering why you're not reacting. That's when curiosity turns into regret. That's when detachment becomes power. Anger is predictable. Stillness is not. Lesson 3. Stop explaining yourself. Every time you explain yourself to someone who already made up their mind, you lower your value. You turn your dignity into a debate. You try to justify your loyalty when none of it should have needed explaining in the first place. The moment you start pleading your case, you've already lost it. People don't leave because they forget your value. They leave because they think you won't. Stop trying to be understood by someone who benefits from misunderstanding you. The masculine man isn't desperate to be heard. He speaks once. He lives by his code. If someone doesn't get it, they can go. Lesson 4. The law of indifference. Indifference isn't coldness. It's not pretending you don't care. It's actually not caring anymore. That's the shift. That's the moment you stop orbiting her attention and start standing in your own gravity. Because when she can no longer control how you feel, she loses her grip entirely. Attention is power. Women know it. When she pulls away, goes silent, tests your reaction. She's watching to see if she still has influence. The weak man takes the bait. The masculine man doesn't move. Indifference is rooted in self-respect. It's the discipline to say, whatever doesn't align with my peace is irrelevant. Lesson 5. Build your fortress. She left. Good. Now use that pain as fuel. The moment she walked away, she gave you something priceless. Space. Space to rebuild. Space to evolve. Space to create a life so full, so untouchable, that her absence becomes irrelevant. The gym becomes your therapy. The grind becomes your escape. The silence becomes your weapon. You don't rise out of heartbreak by talking about it. You rise by outgrowing it. Lesson 6. Never break no contact. Every time you break no contact, you reset your healing. You trade power for a dopamine hit. No contact isn't a tactic. It's a transformation. It's you reclaiming your self-respect. Her silence wasn't an accident, so your silence should be a decision. Lesson 7. Let her sit with her decision. She made a choice. Let her live with it. Don't reach out to comfort her when she created the silence. Let her feel what it's like to lose a man who would have done anything until he woke up. Don't lift the burden for her. Don't erase the lesson. Lesson 8. They always come back, but you're already gone. It may take weeks, months, even years, but they always circle back. The new guy doesn't hit the same. The excitement fades. They realize your presence wasn't just another option. By the time she comes back, the man she knew is gone. Not out of hate, out of discipline, out of self-respect. You go from being an ex to being a lesson. Lesson 9. Disappear like a god. When a man truly disappears, not out of ego, not to play games, but because he's finished, it leaves a silence no apology can fill. You don't vanish to punish her. You vanish to protect yourself, to reclaim what was given too freely, to rise above the noise. When you disappear like a god, you don't slam the door. You just walk through it without looking back. You stop posting to be seen. You stop texting to feel wanted. You build your own world quietly, relentlessly, without needing applause. That absence becomes legendary, because now you exist only in memory, in her regrets, in the shadow of what she lost. Presence comforts, absence unsettles. When you vanish completely, no access, no updates, no breadcrumbs. Her mind does all the work, and the harder she tries to figure you out, the more powerful you become. This is the highest power. Self-control, not revenge, not anger, just discipline. You've elevated, you've transcended. The version of you she had access to no longer exists. You are no longer the man who chased. You are the man who became. This is the art. This is the blueprint. This is how you stop being a boy who begs and become the man who disappears.